So, students, here we have started this lesson democracy and equality. So, in this chapter, from the beginning, we have studied the definition of democracy and we have discussed the correlation of equality, and we are discussing in this chapter now about the importance of equality in democratic country and how the government is establishing equality in its citizen. So very fast we will go through the slides that already we have seen. Okay, so what things that we are going to study in this chapter, that also we have studied. Here these are the points that out of this we have studied about up to enhancement of human dignity. Okay, then we have discussed about this short incident that Varun has experienced with his mother. Yes, and after that we have studied what mother had explained about this picture to Varun. Okay, and then we have studied about what is democracy, the definition of the democracy that we have studied, then one mutation of this definition. Okay, that also we have studied. Then the next is equality, democracy and equality. What is the relation between these two words, two terms? Okay, and here we have discussed in detail about it, about the universal adult franchise. Then equality, the types of equalities, the three types of equalities: political equality, economic equality, as well as the social equality that we have studied in the previous class. Now it's a time to go through the next ppts and continue this chapter. Yes, forms of inequality. Okay, how, what are the forms of inequality that we are going to study in detail now in this session. So let's begin with our class. Forms of equality. Although India is the biggest democracy in the world, we cannot say that it is completely free of all inequalities. Okay, so it means that India is the biggest country, biggest democracy. Okay, world's biggest democracy is India. So here the population is more. Okay, here the democratic principles are followed very keenly. Okay, and therefore India is considered as the biggest democratic country. So India is having biggest democracy, but we cannot say that in India that India in India completely equality is found. We can't say like this. Okay, because we can see that there are many kind of inequalities in India. The caste system is there, economic equality inequality is there, gender inequality is there, that are prevalent in India after the valiant efforts of the government, strong efforts of the government. So that also we can say that caste system is there. We know that. Okay, some people, some caste still they are discriminated by the higher class people. Then the economic inequality is there. Poor people are discriminated by the rich people. Gender inequality is there. So male and female inequality is found in India. So it means being a biggest democracy of the world, in India there is inequality. Okay, it is the duty of every individual. Okay, now come to the next, that the enhancing human dignity. Okay, enhancing human dignity. The word dignity means self-respect. When we talk of human dignity, we refer uh, the respect of an individual in relation to his gender, caste and religion. Okay, what the word gender, what the word dignity, it means dignity means the respect, self-respect. So everyone has its own self-respect, and everyone respect to his own caste, creed, religion, thoughts. Okay, so therefore the dignity, that word, it means that the self respect, everyone has the self dignity, dignity of his gender, dignity of caste, dignity of religion. And when a human being is treated unequally or in improper fashion, this is his dignity is dishonored. Every citizen of country deserves respect and dignity. Okay, so when the human being is treated unequally, okay, when we are treated unequally, then what happens, our dignity get hurt. Okay, so dignity get dishonored. If someone insults you because of your economic conditions are poor, then how will you feel? You will feel very hurted. Okay, so what, why you will hurt that things? Because you think that because I am poor, therefore someone is discriminating me or insulting me. If some lower caste people are discriminated by the upper caste people, their dignity, it get dishonored. Okay, so therefore it is said that every citizen of the country that deserves the dignity, every citizen that deserves dignity. So we have to respect the each other's dignity also. Okay, so it is the duty of every individual to ensure that he does not violate the dignity of another individual, and it is his fundamental right to fight for his own dignity if it is violated. Okay, so it means what, everyone, that is everyone's duty is there, that we should respect the dignity of others. We should respect the other people, their religions, their thing, their thoughts, their genders, their caste. Okay, and if, so what, the fundamental dignity is the fundamental right. Okay, that is the fundamental right that everyone must have respect. Okay, and if the dignity or respect of someone's caste or religion or himself is violated, then he has the right to fight against this dishonored dignity. So the persons can ask justice in the courts, okay, for such type of experiences. So everyone has the dignity, and everyone's dignity must be respected. Is it? To maintain the dignity, to maintain the respect for every citizen of the people, and to maintain the equality in the country, that government has to take some efforts. Government has to do some acts or enact some laws. Okay, or take some introduce some schemes to develop the equality in country, equality in the citizens. So therefore that government takes many times efforts to bring out the equality in masses or in citizens of the country. So what initiatives the government has taken in India to bring out the equality and to establish equality in country? So what are that efforts? Human dignity is enhanced, promoted and protected through the laws and fundamental rights laid down by the Indian Constitution. Okay, human dignity is enhanced, promoted and protected. Enhanced, supported, protected and promoted. Okay, so every individual must respect the others. Okay, and for that the government had supported the people, supported the citizens. Government had enhanced and made the mindset of citizens to respect the dignity of each other. Okay, then that is also that dignity is also protected by the laws. Okay, government has passed the laws if someone is insulting a particular person based on the religion, based on the caste, based on the economic condition, then that person has right to go in courts and ask justice. Okay, so this way the laws are enacted by the government to ensure, protect and promote the dignity. So this is the one initiative that the government has taken to respect and to spread equality in the country. Then the Indian constitution states that all individuals that are irrespective of caste, creed and sex and religion are equal in the eyes of law. Okay, so the government has taken what initiatives the government has taken, the another initiative that the constitution states. Okay, the Indian constitution states what that states: all individuals, everyone, all individuals, everyone, every citizen of the country has right. Okay, has the right that irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion. Okay, so regardless of these things, every person is equal in front of law. Okay, so law is equal for everyone, same law is same. So it ऐसा नहीं हो कि you are belonging to the particular caste and therefore you are having more rights. Okay, you are belonging from the particular higher caste, so you should not get more rights. No. Okay, so every person is equal in front of law. Okay, then no individual can be discriminated against on the basis of caste, creed, color, sex and economic conditions. Okay, no individual can be discriminated. Okay, that cannot be, the rights of that individual cannot be violated. Discriminate means to violate someone's rights. Okay, so no one can be discriminated. Okay, if you are rich, then you can't discriminate the poor people. If you are the member of higher class, higher caste, then you can't discriminate the lower caste people also. Okay, so that are the laws made by the government, by the constitution, and these are the initiatives of the government, that government is taking some efforts to spread equality in the society. All individuals have right to enter all public places such as shopping malls, theaters, hospitals, parks, etc. Okay, all individuals have that right. They can go everywhere. Every individual, every citizen can go every place in democracy, and particularly in India. So, if you are poor, then you are not denied to enter the theaters. Okay, it doesn't matter what your economic condition is there. Okay, so if you want to go to the hospital, then you can go freely, you can go in the parks, we can go in the malls. Okay, then the government has made untouchability an offense, and anyone practicing it would be punished. Okay, so what the government has made offense, untouchability. So what is offense? Offense means a crime. And what is meant by untouchability? Untouchability means the to discriminate the lower caste people. What this word is, why this word is only originated, untouchability, that in the previous times the people were thinking that to touch the lower caste people, okay, to touch the lower caste people or to see, even to see their faces, okay, so it means we are doing sin, एक पाप कर रहे हैं हम, उनको छूना मतलब भी गलत है. So like that thinking was there, and if someone is doing the same for other people in present days, then it is considered as offense. Okay, that is crime, and that person who is following untouchability, that can be punished by the courts, by the governments. The next that Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, championed the cause of the lower classes of society and worked towards their betterment throughout his life. Okay, so the person who had worked against, who fought against untouchability, and who had given, okay, the rights, who fought for to gain the rights to the lower caste people, they should not be discriminated. Okay, no one can be discriminated. So therefore here this man had struggled to bring equality in the country, who is also considered as the person of equality in the world, who has who is architecture of the Indian constitution. His pioneering work led to the abolition of untouchability by the Indian constitution in 1950. Okay, so pioneer means the beginning. Okay, pioneering work, कोई वर्क अगर पहले किसी ने किया है तो उसे पायोनियर कहते हैं. Okay, the first man who has started this work, that is pioneer, beginner. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was a pioneer of what? The abolition. Abolition means eradication. Okay, उसको हटा देना. Okay, पूरी तरीके से निकाल देना सिस्टम से. Okay, abolition of what? Untouchability. Okay, untouchability. And he had made this effort successful by the constitution, Indian constitution, in 1950. Okay, you can see that here one picture I am showing to you about the work of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar about abolition of untouchability. Okay, so that is the Mahad Satyagraha, that picture is there. Okay, so this way here Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he has also done his efforts, pioneering efforts for eradication of inequality from the Indian society. The another initiative that the government has taken for the to bring the equality in society, that is the midday meal program. Okay, so just looking towards the screen, मुंह में पानी आ रहा होगा आपके, है ना, बहुत मस्त मस्त खाना दिखाई दे रहा है. Okay, so that midday meal scheme, what the government has initiated. Okay, the government has tried to enforce equality firstly through laws, and secondly through the various programs. Okay, that various programs that started by the government, that is midday meal program. Okay, the laws are made. Okay, government is not only making and enforcing laws on the people, but government is doing some trials. He is taking some government is making some schemes, introducing some schemes to bring the equality also. The midday meal program was that provides cooked lunch to all children in government elementary schools. Some of the positive effects of this program are as follows. See, government has started midday meal scheme. Why the government has started midday meal scheme? Okay, to here see, that is one part, one trial, one effort of the government, that to bring the equality in society. Okay, so here what things are there done, what it became very easy in the field of equality with this scheme that we will continue. See, Due to the midday meal scheme, enrollment of regular attendance of poor children in school rose. Okay, so the midday meal is started by the government in the government schools, government aided schools and government schools. So there the children get lunch, okay, at the school only. And what happened because of this? Because of this, what the enrollment of students in regular attendance that rose. Okay, presently attendance जो है students की that increased in the class. Why it is? Because women who work do not have to leave work to provide lunch for the children. Okay, it means the working women, the poor families women are also working in fields and somewhere. Okay, so therefore the women, they could not work for the reason that they had to make meal, they had to provide meal to their children, those who are going to school. So that's why they could not do the work. Then what happened? Because of that, either students they are not going to the school, or the women they are not going for work. So now here both way the problem is solved, because the government has started the midday meal scheme, and children are getting meal at the school only. The women did no need to leave the jobs and leave the work and stay at home to cook the food. Okay, that the two effects that happen. Then the term dalit means broken is used by so called low caste to address themselves. By using this term, lower caste are indicating that how they were and continue to be discriminated against. Due to the midday meal scheme, both lower and upper caste children eat meal together in the school. Okay, so the another effect, that positive effect that is found of this midday meal scheme, that dalit people, dalit means, the word dalit means broken. Okay, this word is used, dalit word, to the people, those who are broken means they are not united. Okay, those who are broken, they are not united, as well as they are broken with their mindset. So this, what the people, those who are belonging to dalit castes, means lower caste, they were discriminated by the higher caste people. Okay, generally they are not allowed to sit with the people belonging to the higher caste. Okay, so this thing changed in the school because of the midday meal scheme. How? Because in school, that all children are sitting togetherly to take meal, and that resulted into the gap between the higher caste and lower caste people. Okay, that it got decreased. All students belonging to every caste, higher caste and lower caste, all are sitting together to take lunch. Okay, so therefore that another positive effect that was found because of the midday meal. Then in quite a few places, meal cooked by dalit women have been served. As a result, this program helped to reduce the caste prejudices. Prejudices means egos. Okay, or the misconceptions about the class, that we are higher and those are lower. Okay, so here in some places, and mostly in most places, the women, those who are cooking this meal for the students, they were belonging to lower caste, dalits. And the people had thought that, hey, how we can eat the meal that is cooked by a dalit women. Okay, so people were thinking in most of the time like that. But in the schools there is no discrimination like this, no thought like this. Okay, the women belonging to dalit caste, okay, they were preparing, they were cooking the meal, and they were serving to the students, even those who are from the higher classes, higher castes. Okay, then this program also helps children to concentrate on studies better, which they would not be able to do if they were hungry. Is it so? The students before this, they could not get the proper meal, proper time. Even the students belonging to the poor family, okay, their mother has to go for work and they couldn't get the meal. So therefore, because of empty stomach, they could not concentrate on their studies. Now it became very easy for the students that they can concentrate the studies because their their tummies are full. Okay, because they are getting meal at school. The first state that has started the midday meal scheme, that was Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu was the first state to introduce the midday meal scheme in India. Tamil Nadu had started first time in their state government schools. And then later in 2001, the Supreme Court directed all the state governments to start the program in their schools with 6 months, within 6 months. Okay, they say uske kuch अच्छे impacts, the good results of such scheme that were found in Tamil Nadu. Then Supreme Court has ordered all the states to start this program immediately in their states also, because that midday meal scheme, it is having the widespread effects, widespread positive effects in democracy, in society, in citizen. So therefore the uh, Supreme Court had instructed all the states to start. And in whole country, everywhere, in every state, in from 2001, the midday meal scheme was started, and the students in the government schools are getting meal, midday meal in the schools only. Okay, the first state that started midday meal scheme in India, that was Tamil Nadu. Okay, so while government, this was another this was one program that government had started. So, while government programs are important to establish equality, there are several instances where children are forced into such situation in which their dignity is valued. Okay, so even the students, the children's dignity is also valued. We cannot discriminate the children. We cannot discriminate the students also, children also. Okay, so the government thinks over that also, and government has created many laws, some rules regulations has set up by the government, and some impositions were made by the government to respect the dignity of children also. There is a big difference between the type of schools that rich and poor attend. Even today, there are many schools in which Dalit children are treated unequally and face discrimination. Okay, you can see that here. Even in the children, there are many differences. So poor people and rich people, poor students and rich people. Rich students are going to the good schools, okay, private schools, good schools, having good infrastructure, having good teaching quality. But the poor people, poor students are going to the government schools only. So such type of discrimination is found there. Okay, but the another effort of the government to eradicate this thing, this change this thing, that the government has allowed the RT. Okay, the poor people can take admissions through RT, right to education. 25% seats are reserved, and the fees is paid by the government to the schools. so that RT admissions are there. So that is the another scheme that government had started to bring out the equality in society. And we are going coming at the last point of this session, that one of the reasons for this is the attitude of the people. Although people know that discrimination is against the law, yet they discriminate and treat others unequally on the basis of their caste, class, religion, gender, and disability. It is only when people change their attitude would help in study establishing equality in the society. Okay, many of the schemes and efforts are taken by the governments, but that is the duty of every individual citizen, that we should not discriminate the others. We should respect the others religion, their caste, their gender. Okay, therefore it's our own duty, the citizens duty, that we should not follow inequality, and we should support the equality and democracy in our country. So this way here we have studied about the initiatives that are taken by the government to bring out the equality in country, and we will continue the next point in the next session. So we are going to conclude this session today here.